Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to use the different presenter modes in Microsoft Teams. So if we go into Microsoft Teams, you'll notice I'm in a meeting already. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at the 4 different presenter modes that Microsoft Teams already has. So if we go to the share content option, you're probably familiar with the default presenter mode. So that is when we share our screen, we share the entire screen, so everything that's on it. But there are actually 4 different presenter modes in Microsoft Teams, and we're going to look at each one of those. So you can change through the different presenter modes up top here in the control. It'll disappear as you're presenting, but if you ever bring your mouse up to the top, you'll be able to cycle through them. So if I bring it back up, you'll see that they come up. But you can also just select them when you go to share your screen. So if we go to share content, first we'll click the standout presenter mode and we'll click on PowerPoint again. So as you can see, this is what the standout presenter mode does. It puts us in the corner of the screen, and then it allows whatever we're presenting to take up the entirety of the screen, right? So if I were to present my slideshow from the beginning, you can see that now I'm in the corner and my PowerPoint takes up the rest of the screen. This is great because it provides more interactivity to your PowerPoints, right? Now, while you're presenting, you can kind of point, okay, let's look at this first point up here, then the second point, then the third, and the fourth point, right? So it really allows us to get a little more creative with how we use our PowerPoints in the classroom. Again, this isn't the only presenter mode. So again, showing off that functionality where you can switch between the presenter modes at the top, we'll do the side-by-side one next. So here is the side-by-side view. So you see, you are on one part of the screen, and then whatever you're sharing is on the other half. The disadvantage of this is that, as you'll notice, your slideshow or whatever you're sharing doesn't take up the whole page, right? So now it is a little smaller. It can be difficult for some people to see. So I don't always use this screen. But if you're sharing kind of one big image, you want to be on the screen, maybe you've got a few bullet points that you just want to quickly run off with the students, this is a great option. And then we also have the reporter mode. So this is like a reverse version of the standout mode. Instead of you kind of being small and the focus being whatever you're sharing, in our example, the PowerPoint, in this case, you are big and then whatever you're sharing is kind of small. So it depends on whatever you kind of want to highlight. So again, we can stop sharing our screen, get out of that, and again, like we showed before, you can select whichever one you want to go into before your screen sharing. So again, if I wanted to do the standout, I click standout, then I click whatever I want to share, and it will automatically load into that option. Then, while we're presenting, if we want to kind of cycle through, maybe you want the default one where you're not on screen at all, maybe you want to go into that side-by-side view, you can do that as well. So, hopefully this video has helped you kind of understand the 4 different presenter modes that Microsoft Teams has. I know this was a quick video, but that doesn't mean that there isn't great stuff here, right? The presenter mode is really useful. I really like using that standout mode especially. So hopefully this video has helped you kind of understand some of the tools in Microsoft Teams. If you have any questions, you can let me